Hey there guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the preview for Sunday's game. Arsenal hosting Leicester in what feels like nothing more than a make or break game. An absolutely monumental game for Arsenal, and we have to go out there and get the 3 points in what is, quite frankly, our biggest game of the season. I never thought I would have said at the start of the 2015-16 Premier League season that Arsenal at home to Leicester would potentially be our biggest game, and in a way a title-defining match. So I am very much looking forward to this game. I'm very apprehensive, rather nervous. We know what Leicester have done this season, the absolute surprise package of the Premier League. They've got some class players within their squad. Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez, the notable two, but also Kante. The defence is looking a lot more sturdy in recent weeks, and that was a little bit leaky at the start of the season. But Hoof and Wes Morgan are really forming a rather solid partnership at the back in the heart of the defence. And let's not forget their fullbacks as well, Danny Simpson and Fuchs, the Austrian international. Both of those fullbacks playing some extremely good football. And in general, this Leicester team might not have the biggest names in world football, but the way they collaborate as a unit, fantastic to watch, and they play some really exciting football at times. Players like Danny Drinkwater coming out of absolutely nowhere and absolutely running the show in midfield. Robert Hoof getting 2 goals against Manchester City. This is a squad that is flying on confidence. They're playing some really attractive football. They've got nothing to lose, and I just think generally they are the only team that wants to go out there and win this Premier League title this season. I mean, they're not really the type of team that you would expect at the start of the season to say, go out there, let's go and win the Premier League. At the start of the campaign, they were looking to avoid relegation, but because they've got nothing to lose, because they're playing on confidence, because they're generally enjoying the game with no pressure on them whatsoever, that's why they're getting these results. That's why they're playing free-flowing, good football, and I fully expect them to bring that style into this game on Sunday, which is why we've got to be extremely wary. Now, we can't afford to play a high line in this match. We saw that got massively exposed when we played Chelsea at home, resulting in Mertesacker getting the red card, and ultimately we went on to lose the match. We can't afford to do that in this match. There has to be so much defensive discipline. I'm expecting a well-regimented unit at the back. Gabriel and Koscielny haven't been entirely convincing as of yet, but they have put in 2 clean sheets on the bounce now against Southampton and Bournemouth. If that's not confidence boosting, I don't know what is. I expect those two to be the pairing at centre half for us. Fullbacks pretty much pick themselves in Bellerin and Monreal. So it's a very sturdy defence, and I would hope that it would keep up to those expectations in this game against Leicester City. In truth, I do think it's going to be very hard for us to keep a clean sheet in this match, and in a way this is kind of a warm-up for us against Barcelona, and I think Wenger has one eye on that game against Barcelona, which is why he's continuing to bring Gabriel into the fold. I think possibly he's looking ahead to that game thinking that Gabriel will cope better with the likes of Messi, Neymar, Suarez, which is a totally different kettle of fish to Mahrez and Vardy, but nonetheless similar in the way they go about playing their football. Pacey, low centre of gravity players that are very, very skillful. We saw what Mahrez did against Manchester City with that phenomenal world-class goal that he got, and it is going to be a real test for our centre-backs in this game. Koscielny, I think if there's anyone to stop Jamie Vardy, he is the man to do it. Gabriel, I'd hope that he'd man Mark Mahrez really well. And it is going to be a game that has to be won in midfield. Leicester have done some phenomenal things in the middle of the park this season, and our midfield, as of late, has been incredibly rusty. Not only are we giving the ball away a lot, but we haven't really been able to win the midfield battle in any of our recent games. That's mainly due to Matthew Flamini starting a lot of our matches, and without a doubt, Francis Coquelin has to be the start in this game, because he's had about 3 weeks of training now under his belt, and if he doesn't start this game against Leicester, if he's been rested against Bournemouth, rested against Southampton, if he's not going to start against Leicester, now I don't really see what the point in resting him in those previous games was. If he's still got a niggle, then why is he still in and around the squad? Why is he training regularly with us? He's got to start this game. He is leaps and bounds above Matthew Flamini. I'd like to see him try and build a partnership with Aaron Ramsey, and it's going to be intriguing to see who will start on that right-hand side for us. Will it be Oxlade-Chamberlain? Will it be Joel Campbell? Could it even potentially be Theo Walcott? There are a couple of reasons why I'd like to see Chamberlain start the game. First and foremost, he's playing on confidence, got the goal against Bournemouth last weekend, a fantastic finish. We're going to need some pace and power to break down this rather sturdy Leicester City defence. As well as that, I think he's the kind of man to get in behind the lines and break down the likes of Robert Hoof and Wes Morgan and really give Fuchs a test in this game. But on the other hand, Joel Campbell, we're going to need his vision, we're going to need his awareness, and we're going to need his work rate in a game like this. So it's good to see that although our squad depth has been criticised in the past, although they're not two overly convincing options in Campbell and Chamberlain, Campbell had a rather poor game and then kind of got dropped from the team from there on in. I would kind of hope that he'd live up to his expectations of what he's done previously in the past month or so, because he's been fantastic for us. I would hope if he returns to the starting 11, he's able to establish himself there and put in the kind of performances we were seeing from him not so long ago, and maybe get himself on the score sheet. But it's good to see we've got some options in the team now, as opposed to not having too many options a couple of months back. So Chamberlain or Campbell, I'll leave that one up to you. Get your thoughts on that in the comments box below. And the big talking point for me is who starts at striker, Theo Walcott or Olivier Giroud. Giroud's been massively off the boil for us in recent weeks, in my opinion. He's gone about 6.5 hours without a goal. I think I may be wrong there, but I may be right, I'm not entirely sure, but he's off form, quite frankly, and I think Theo Walcott is a good option to start this game with, not only because he really did tear Leicester apart when we played them away from home earlier on in the season, got himself a goal in the match where we won so brilliantly, 5-2 away from home against one of the best sides in the division this season. Walcott was so good at getting behind the lines. He was playing possibly his best football of the season. It came at a similar time to when we were beating the likes of Manchester United 3-0, and he was doing really well in a centre forward role. I think we should remember that some of his best performances this season have come as a centre forward, so maybe it would be a bit too harsh to maybe rule him out as a player that doesn't really have much of a future at Arsenal Football Club. I do believe if he is to be put back into that centre forward role in a game like this, which holds so much significance, he will go out there and he will prove a point. So I would be very tempted to start him as a striker, especially with Olivier Giroud not on the boil, and especially as we've got Olivier Giroud as that option to come off the bench and potentially do a job for us if Walcott isn't quite fitting the bill. So my Arsenal team in full for this game would be Petr Cech in goal, Hector Bellerin, Gabriel, Laurent Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Aaron Ramsey, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Theo Walcott. For me, that is the ideal team that can go out there and get a couple of goals against this Leicester side. It really is down to the defensive performance. If we put in a stable defensive display, the talent and pace we've got going up top should cause this Leicester team problems, and we have to get a win if we are to win the title. Otherwise, no other result is really going to do. If we draw with 5 points off Leicester, which I still think is a bit too much, Spurs and City face each other this weekend, so we've got to take advantage of whatever result comes out of that game. We have to be getting 3 points, and we have to be where we should be this season, and we have to be, I think, quite frankly, winning the Premier League this season. Otherwise, we're never going to have a better chance to do it, and these are our strongest contenders at the moment. And whatever opinion you've got on Leicester, whether you think they might fall away later on in the season, at this moment in time, they are our strongest contender, and we've got to be going out there and getting the 3 points against them on Sunday. It won't be easy, but I have enough confidence in this Arsenal team to believe that they might go out there and do it. Saying that, I don't really know what Arsenal is going to turn up on the day. You've just got to hope and pray that the fans get behind the team on the day and we do get the result that we so desperately need. Anyway, guys, get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Please do like this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. And as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.
A little bit better than my seat, I will admit. Now, you see, for me, this is, for me, one of the highlights of the tour. You see this? This is a gold Premier League trophy. You will not go to any other ground in the Premier League. Not Man United, not Chelsea, not City, not any of those grounds and see these, because this is unique to Arsenal.